now on the train back to Union Station, I had an astounding time hanging out with Ryan McGonigal, Lisa McGonigal, and the rest, as they say on Gilligan's Island, and the rest. It does not mean that they are unimportant. It is that they don't want their names released to the public. They live in, could I call them glass? I guess glass containers, kind of glass containers in the ground below the ground, if that makes sense. Under the ground. They live, let's just call it spade a spade. They live under the ground. It's glass. It's Gorilla Glass. I mean, you can smash it with a sledgehammer; it just won't break. At least that's their claim to fame, isn't it? That's their claim to fame. Go ahead, smash the glass. Smash the glass. It ain't gonna break. Smash the glass. It ain't gonna break. Okay, trust us. Smash the glass. It ain't gonna break. If that isn't the tagline, they can subsidize that trademark symbol from me. Licensing fees may vary. Okay. I can be their jingle fella. I can be their, let's just say, designer. I'll design stuff for them. I'll be their idea guy for sure. First and foremost for the 4 men and 4 women, and the 5 men and 5 women, and so on and so forth, all the way through the Fibonacci sequence. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Today was filled with magicality. If you listen to that last podcast, what's incredible is right before I started recording that podcast with Lisa McGee in the last episode, she's telling me that she was listening to my podcast, and it was that podcast that I was talking about writing down stuff in your past and then accidentally predicting your future. I was saying that on the podcast, and then she said that, like, right near that time, a friend of hers introduced her to some YouTube videos of these people who had past life regressions and their reactions to what they did in those past lives. And then what you heard in the podcast was me picking up from that moment. Hello, I'm George Takei. You might recognize me from Star Trek, not Star Wars. I personally don't wars across the universe. I trek. Because I am in Star Trek. By the way, I am available for future Star Trek projects.
Our next station stop is Fullerton. If this is your destination, please watch your step and use handholds when moving through the train to New York. Fullerton is our next stop.
Having said,
Good, ladies and gentlemen, we're now arriving at the Fullerton station on track number 3. Those of you headed to Anaheim, Orange, Santa Ana, Tustin, Irvine, Laguna Niguel, San Juan Capistrano, San Clemente, or Oceanside, please wait on this platform for your train to arrive. As always, watch your step, use the handrails and handles as you make your way through the train to the exits. Thank you for choosing Metrolink. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. This is Fullerton Station. Watch your step.
I personally think, since I am thoroughly versed in making musicals now, you should see my musical. It's on the tip of my tongue. I am George Takei. It's on the tip of my tongue, my Star Trekian tongue. The name of my musical, perhaps my crew could join forces with that man who is the conductor of this train. Perhaps we could join forces. He has a good radio voice. I've been told on many occasions that I have a very good...
Watch your step, please. Watch your step. Watch your step, please. Watch your step. Ladies and gentlemen, this train is Metro Train 7072 Los Angeles. Our next station stop will be Buena Park. Buena Park is next. Watch your step, please. Watch your step. Those of you headed to Oceanside, exit the train. Wait on the platform for your train to arrive. Once again, this is Metro Train 7072 Los Angeles Union Station.
I think I shall make a musical called The Conductor, and he will be the voice. He will be the voice of the train. A train...
Ladies and gentlemen, the doors are now closed. Please stand clear of the closing doors.
A train conductor who conducts music as he walks through the aisles. And people bring out their flutes, and they also bring out their tubas, and also perhaps a timpani drum. I wouldn't put it past the stewardess to be clickety-clacketing on gypsy finger cymbals. That could very well happen in my musical. My next George Takei musical. Thank you, George. Thank you for coming. That's really nice. George Takei, George Takei.
707 to Los Angeles. This is the train Los Angeles. Final call. Final call. Doors are closing.
Isn't that interesting? As the nice man has said, we're on train 707. I'm sitting in seat number 45, I believe. 45, niner. There's pregnant mama holding a little baby, waving at the train. Hi, bye-bye. Bye, Urban. Wouldn't that be fun to ride the train? I don't have any masks in my bag. However, if I did, and put my face against the window, you know, I'm gonna sit near the window. That's all right with you. Is it all right with you? I'm gonna sit right here against the window. Right against the window. Do not be surprised if I'm sitting right by the window. There we go. We're hiding behind the crew postcards, as it were, in the train. We like to do that. We like to do those kinds of mischievous things. It's what we do. It's what we do. It's what we do, okay? George Takei. It's what we do. It's what we do.
For your personal safety, please keep aisles clear of person blank. If you see a suspicious package on board the train, report it to the conductor immediately. Safety is everyone's concern.
Para su seguridad personal, por favor, mantenga los pasillos libres de objetos personales. Si veo un paquete sospechoso
In the,
dentro del tren,
I thought that was crazy. That guy hikes up to Stony Point or something. STONEY. I've realized that Stony Shores tends to have something flag related.
Our next station stop is Buena Park.
He originally used to wear
Buena Park is our next stop.
an ascot with stripes, blue stars, blue and white stars, red background. It was fun. It was very American. Wearing an American flag. And then American. And then now I have this little fan that I got at the 4th of July party with the Yachtly crew at that beach club. So I use that fan, which has sort of a flag on it, and I use it sparingly. Oh man, it's so funny how quickly, I was just thinking how quickly the Yachtly crew guys swarm around the microphone as soon as they realize I'm doing a podcast. They just swarm upon it. Oh my gosh. I'm passing by an airport. It's like a small airport because there are tiny airplanes out there. Did I ever tell you about how my dad and I almost said a gang. A group of merry pranksters. These guys got together and decided, I think it was on the 100th anniversary of the first flight. These guys raced again, through the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, now arriving Buena Park. As always, watch your step. Use the handrails and handles as you make your way through the train to the exits. Thank you for traveling with Metrolink. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. This is Buena Park. Buena Park.
This guy's amazing. This guy's amazing. He's exactly what every train ought to have, and deserves to have. Oh my gosh, this lady's wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. The kid I was just talking to.
Watch your step, please. Watch your step. This is Metrolink train 707 for Los Angeles. Our next station stop is Norwalk Santa Fe Springs. If you're headed toward Oceanside or Orange County, wait on the platform for the next train to arrive. The doors are now closing. Please stand clear.
So yeah, that lady's wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. The kid I met on the platform, SoCal Kid, that's right, SoCal_Kid, or the SoCal Kid? SoCal Kid. The SoCal Kid? Well, he said his favorite is Spider-Man. However, he was wearing Deadpool. So now there's a Spider-Man t-shirt on this lady. These are kids. I'm watching a friendly conversation taking place between she and her kids, and a bald guy with a mustache sitting over there. He's trying to tell him jokes. Oh, there it is. You can watch the energy and see how someone drops the ball. He saw she didn't catch the ball, so he went back down in his phone. I think this podcast has brought me to that idea. Brought me to the idea of pushing past that aspect, even if it seems like, oh, they're just not getting it, they're dropping the ball. I keep throwing it, giving them the opportunity. Good news is, we never have to drop the ball on ourselves. If we just keep going with it, and we stand by the dream, it can only grow. Nothing gets taken away. Energy gets created, not decreated. Uncreated. It does not get uncreated. Even if we try to uncreate something, it's created into something different, so it's always just a shape-shifting. It's all just a shape-shifting. Hey, everybody, it's all just a shape-shifting. Do-do-do-do. Boom, 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 boom. It's all just a bunch of shape-shifting. Boom. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Santa Fe Spring. All station stops are free. Norwalk, Santa Fe Spring is our next stop.
Did you hear that? All stops are free, just to let you know, so you don't have to pay to get off. They're saving you that trouble of making you pay. I'm so grateful. We're all just a bunch of shapeshifters. Boom, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-bum, bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-da, bum. We're all just a bunch of shapeshifters. Do-do-do-do-do. As long as we are not dropping the ball on an idea, we're creating it. No matter what, that energy is going to get moving and grooving, whether it's through me or it's through someone else. I'm enjoying its energy. I'm enjoying it hanging around. But even if someone else gets that idea, I can't be that like, no, mine. It's ego. That's the ultimate ego. Like, hey, you know what? I'm abundant. The abundance of these great ideas. I'm imagining, should anyone choose to utilize any of these ideas, I have plenty of examples. It's amazing. We all do. Those examples where you imagine the thing, there it is. So, if you have those examples, how much more fun is it to just keep creating more examples? It was the train track. This is an extraordinary symbolic representation of parallel universes, multiverses, just like we were talking about with SoCal Kid. Look at that, I'm seeing all the graffiti. He would be going crazy taking pictures of this. Amazing. You are experiencing live and right now, folks, this idea of connecting the umbilical cord, connecting the idea, connecting the way that the dominoes fell, connecting it to when that first finger was pushed. The original inciting incident, as they say. What's the inciting incident? It starts it. So, I've seen the train tracks. Some running parallel, some moved off the map, different directions. It's an awesome symbolic representation here. Bashar talks a lot about this. He used to talk about the fall of 2016. He said that's when everything's going to spill more in a positive direction. More truths are going to be seen. A lot of changes. A lot of eye-opening. He was reading the vibration and fall of 2016. So he goes, this is a crucial moment to, wow, I just had a flashback of the movie Waking Life right there. We just drove past a street that looked like a street in Waking Life. Waking Life. Link letter. Waking Life. Link letter. Bashar talks about the importance of staying on your track of what most highly reflects your biggest beliefs and passions. What highly reflects it. What highly reflects that? And just moving in that direction. Because the fall of 2016 was going to offer us that opportunity of going, okay, what do you really want to be doing? Like, if the hourglass is tipping in a more positive direction, that means that slonk. If that, like, it tips again, it just moves back. Whoosh.
Our destination stop is Norwalk, Santa Fe Spring. If this is your destination, please watch your step and use handholds when moving through the train to the door. Norwalk, Santa Fe Spring is our next stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving at the Norwalk Santa Fe Springs station on track 1. If this is your destination, please take the time to look around your seats and to make sure you have all of your personal items with you. Cell phones, chargers, bags, wallets, keys, etc. Leave nothing behind. Thank you for traveling with Metrolink. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. This is Norwalk, Santa Fe Springs. Exit here for connection to the number 4 bus to the Green Line station. Watch your step, please. Watch your step. Watch your step, please. Watch your step. This train is Metrolink train 707 to Los Angeles Union Station. Los Angeles is next. The doors are closing. Please stand clear.
This is great. I think I just crossed a parallel version of myself. Oh my god, this guy's great. He's a total character. You see him walk up here. I'll catch him on tape while I'm saying goodbye. Because as you well know, I'm recording us on micro cassette tape right now. Not a digital medium like one would think. Not that at all. Don't think about it. So Bashar talks about how the importance of...
Ladies and gentlemen, our next and final stop will be Los Angeles Union Station, approximately 25 minutes away. Sit back. Enjoy the rest of the ride.
That's just great. That's just great. What a blast, huh? So Bashar talks about the train tracks and how, 2016 things tip, and you're really, this was in reference to the New Earth, which is what Dolores Cannon talks a lot about. The New Earth. And how it's splitting. You could very well be standing right next to you. As you vibrate higher, at a higher dimension, you're going to... Now it makes sense as to why we're not going to exist. It's been said that we vibrate at a higher frequency than in the 1800s. So, there's this idea that if we...
Station stop is LA Union Station. All station stops are brief. LA Union Station is our next stop. No one likes a litter bucket. So remember to please throw away all your unwanted trash before leaving the train.
What a great word, litter bug. So it's been said that if we were to time travel, go back in time, we would look like a completely different entity than something they could actually recognize, because we're vibrating at a higher frequency. And that's why there are other realities happening right now concurrently that we cannot see yet. However, they could possibly see us. And for them to make themselves seen to us, they have to actually alter their vibration. They have to alter their frequency so they can fit with us. So now that's making sense if I were to play with that idea more and more. Of vibrating at that high frequency. So would we choose... I'm getting this idea that it's like we're going to see sort of like this vortex of a rift, possibly. It's like, which one is of more value to you? Following your joys and passions, or, living in this world where everything is bleak and sad, and nothing's good, everything's terrible. We are all offered that opportunity right now. As I've explained in the past, I went down a rabbit hole with hashtag QANON. Some interesting stuff. I've always been like a conspiracy theorist. Just to see what might be going on behind the curtains. Now, just because we see these things, it's not cause to freak out or get scared or jump to the defense of a specific political party. This is our opportunity to really decide our personal reality experience and what most we find valuable. What do we choose? What do we want? What kind of vibe do we want and intend on having around us all the time? How much do we value this moment, in other words? And what kind of feelings do we want to be filling up this very moment with? So, having said that, I'm feeling more inspired to not peek behind that curtain. What's interesting, I've learned so much from peeking behind the curtains, especially. Here it comes. Looking at seat 44. Hey man, I just want to say it's a joy to have you on here.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
Yeah, dude. Great job, man.
I'm sorry we're late though. We'll do better.
That guy's great. That guy's great. I just gave him the glad hand. He's like from a different era, huh? Here we are talking about time travel and whatnot. Who's to say that man's even a human? I wouldn't. So I'm looking at all these examples, all these symbolic representations of tracks going off. And I've most likely said this before, because it really was such a fun epiphany. It blipped the antennae. Was the idea of the poem. Let's talk about the less traveled. I chose the path less traveled. There's the one that was well lit up. Oh, everybody goes on there. There's one that was sort of darker. And then I thought, how fun would that be if there was actually a third path that no one tells us about? It's the path you create. It's the path untraveled. It's the path untraveled. How neat is that? I chose the path untraveled. Ooh. I chose the path untraveled. That's interesting. So, here I am looking at all these train tracks, and it goes, Kurt, what do you want to choose to do? What do you want to choose to do? Well, the symbol of today, in addition to the past life regression aspect, with Lisa McGee, is also with Ryan coming to the realization that he knows how to make his own blood. He's taught himself chroma key. He's taught himself how to edit. He's bought a green screen and lights and figured out how to do that on his own. He learned it on his own. He doesn't have to worry about going, oh, can you do this for me? I don't know how to do this. Can you do that? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. Can you help me? He doesn't have to rely on anybody. Very self-empowering. That's very empowering. When we come across that idea of being able to actually create what we want to create, how we want to create it. It's very, 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 very empowering. He's got a 4K camera. Oh my God, we could shoot short films. How cool is that? Wow. Wow. I mean, wow. This might be an idea that I could run by him. He's talking about this place called Horse Thief Canyon where a lot of haunted stuff happened. What if we dare ourselves to film our night out there? We camp out there 2 days. Wow, that could be fun. I'm thinking if he's got this camera, I mean, holy cow. Possibilities are endless. We'll do some crazy stuff. Maybe I could do ultra low budget thing with him and John Garside. Oh my God. Oh my God. The wheels are popping. The world is exploding. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Got some ideas now. The ideas are cooking. That was a big lesson to me today. By the way, I've got more things for... I feel like I'm this. I got more things that I need for the deliverables, the Bloody Bobby deliverables. We shot that Alex Griffin stuff today, and that was awesome. It felt so good. It felt really good to get that stuff down. How good is that? That feeling of accomplishment when you've created something that you've wanted to create, that you spent energy creating something that gave you joy. It's a much different kind of exhaustion than coming home from pushing a rock up a hill. A much different exhaustion. It's a time well spent kind of exhaustion. It's a, wow, that's incredible I did that kind of exhaustion. I'd say, wow, if I could do that, then certainly I could handle this. And if I can recreate that lightning once, I certainly can do it on a smaller budget. And heck, let's try a bigger budget. And heck, instead of just doing, this project with 3 people, let's expand it to 5. Ooh, we did 5. Let's try to throw 12 into the mix. Ooh, how fun would that be? Wow. I just had this vision. I imagined a coffee shop. Wow. Imagine a coffee shop. It's the first thing that comes to mind. And ooh, this couple sits down. And they got these masks on. Everyone's got the same mask. Same mask. And you got the exact same mask, dressed the exact same way. They come to this coffee shop. It's rare, simple occurrence. So you see the two people there. Maybe you don't see them their mask with them. Maybe you don't see their mask with them. And they're talking about, you know, I guess just mundane stuff. The weather. Or maybe it sounds dynamic. Ooh, they're very excited. They're talking about something very mundane. I mean, obviously, to someone else it might be a big deal, but the words that they're actually choosing are mundane. Then there's another couple. Okay. Then you see outside the window where they're at. Maybe they're right near the window. You see people walking past outside in the streets, and they're all dressed the same. They all got the same mask. All of a sudden, the door opens. People walk in. They go sit at a table. And as you see them as they walk in past a table, they walk past the table with the people that we saw before, and then past another table that has two people who, two masks on their faces, and then first couple has no masks on their face. So couple walks in, walk past the first couple we see, walk past a second couple. Second couple has masks on their faces. This couple that just walked in, they sit down, and one of them might just keep a mask on their face. And little by little, more and more people come in. Now, as that couple walks in, maybe they don't take the mask off till they actually sit down, you know. The one does. The table they passed where they still got masks. We overhear them say something about, let's see, maybe, I want to just say shoes. They're just talking about shoes. And not necessarily specific kinds of shoes. It sounds like they're talking shop, but they're really just talking about the shoes. What we're noticing is the specific, actually the feelings that are involved with each of the things these people are talking about. So it's not necessarily the thing they're talking about. The thing they're talking about just sounds very blasé. But you realize, so the shoes, it's like, they're talking about the comfort, the warmth, you know, that thing. We don't realize it at first. We just hear the shoes aspect. And then, you know, first couples talk about weather. Next one talk about shoes. Maybe another couple that sit down. They got, one of them's got the mask on, one doesn't. And they're talking about something else. Camera pans back, and there's another couple sitting there. They have no masks. And they're talking about the most deep, insightful, interesting thing. Maybe the coffee guy comes over their table, overhears what they're saying. They give him some good advice. And they say something like, wow, that's neat. I was just thinking about that. Wow. I was just thinking about that. It's intriguing. I gotta let that marinate. And as they walk past, you know, you see them, you see them carry the coffee cup over to that very, very first table, sitting at that window again. And as we go up to them, we actually see that there are actually other masked-faced people. And the bartender says, you know, a little piece of that insight that he heard the other couple saying. And now that couple at the front starts using a little piece of that insight amidst their mundane conversation. Beginning to see how the good vibe ends up opening up more and more, and the mundane sort of like everyday matrix type stuff. You know, we could sprinkle in the everyday matrix type stuff with the language that these people are saying. It would be interesting. That's all for now. I think we'll get back to the subject later on. Well, it could be a little louder, a little wilder. Keep that in mind.
Hello, you're listening to Inspirado Projecto with your host, Kurt Clendenin.
Wow. So, we're heading back after a long day. I feel really good about drinking. I feel some sniffles way back there in the nose. Not sniffles, let me make a correction. Scratch that, reverse it. It's one of those things where you feel like it's oddly enough, like it's dry, dry in the back of your nose back there, like in the sinuses, where it's like, it feels like there's a dryness. And whenever I come across the dryness, that's when I realize, hey, wait a second, that could be a cold coming on. If I don't do something about it, like right now I feel a tiny smidge of a scratch. Yeah, I feel it. It's like, yeah. So it's only a matter of time before I'd start sneezing, 8 or more times. And then I'd realize, okay, time to do something. So this is another one of those signs. So I'm going to act on this as soon as I get back. And I'm going to, number one, drink 20-minute ozonated water. First thing, that's the first thing. And then the next thing I'm going to do, of course, is ozonate a bathtub of hot water. Just ozonate 20 minutes of that. Get in there, especially right after I just drank the ozonated water. So drink the ozonated water, get it, and then let that sort of sift through me. Then I 20 minutes I ozonate the bath. Get in there, no soap, just good old, just pure water. Just pure water. Get in there, ozonate it, sit in there, feel the buzz. And you know what? You want to be good, actually, now that I think about it. After I ozonate the water, then I could put a little capful of the apple cider vinegar, which is always good. Add that to it, drink it. All of that together could be, number one, something delicious, of course. Number two, good for that rare possibility of preventing the cold. Now, let's just say for kicks, there's some honey in the fridge or whatever, cabinets. I'll put some of that in there. So put that in there, and next thing I know, NoHo Plaza Entertainment. I gotta look that up. NoHo Plaza Entertainment. I wonder what it takes to just play in that spot. Maybe if I need to get, okay, this is what I'm going to bring into my paradigm. I'm going to attract into my paradigm a speaker, an amplifier that is battery powered and solar powered. How cool would that be? So then what I can do is go down the alley on a day, and just during the day, and play music in there. And play music at night too. I went past there one time. I was coming home from the train, and I saw a band playing in that there's almost a little cubby hole area. So I'm in there playing. And if that can happen... here's another interesting one. Over at the Ralphs one night, I will forever always remember this. There's a guy out there, he had his stocking cap on, he had his jacket, he had a battery-powered amp and his electric guitar. I think it was electric. If not, it was a guitar that plugged in, so in some way it's electric. He was just happily strumming out there. So I was talking with him. This is before I got the podcast. Now I got the podcast. Anybody's a possible subject. Watch out. Watch out. Did you notice the conductor? I got the microphone moved in his direction. I moved it in his direction as he walked past. And I complimented him. Wanted him to know you're doing a fine job. You're adding a whole new dimension to this train ride. Expérience, monsieur. Expérience, monsieur. This is, by the way, first time I've walked on this side of the street because they're putting up these blocks over here. All right, we're gonna skedaddle our way right across the street. Right across the street. Always remember, folks, crossing from street corner to street corner is perfectly legal in the town of California. That's not considered jaywalking. However, if you just walk just straight across, this is no issue in the Chicagoland area. Those of you who live out there, you understand. Los Angeles, these guys, you know what it's like. You know exactly what it's like. It's always important to obey those signs. Let me make an addendum to that. Keep your senses open, and then you don't have to. You don't have to play by the books, so to speak. If you know what's good for you, you see no cars around, and there's no one there to arrest you. I'm not going to condone anything. Oh my God, they got a bakery truck. I'm walking past a truck that has bakery items. And what's it right down the street from? One of those handy-dandy medical facilities. Green. We take care of all your green needs. Why, thank you, medical facility. Yes, of course. It's what we do for you. Thank you. You mean to tell me I don't need a special license? I don't need a license? No, you don't need a license. You're a pedestrian. But how did you know I was a pedestrian? Because you're walking in your shoes. Oh, I see. I got you. No, I understand. I see what's going on. So, okay, so what's happening is, let me see if I get this right. So basically what's happening is if I was driving in a car, if you're driving in a car, you wouldn't be a pedestrian. Thank you. I wouldn't be a pedestrian. That's what you're saying. If I was driving the car. Right. But because you're walking in your shoes, you're a pedestrian. What if I walk in my bare feet? Correction. Because you are walking in your feet, you're a pedestrian. So what if I walk in... Yeah, I guess I have no choice but to walk in my feet, huh? If I walk in my feet, that's what I got. That's what I got. It's not like, there's no loophole in that when you can't say, oh, well, what if I'm walking in my boots? Then what? Well, guess what? You're still walking in your feet. You're walking in your feet. You could say, as long as you're walking in your skeleton, that would take care of it right once and for all. As long as you're walking in your skeleton, you're a pedestrian. Okay, so as long as I'm walking in my skeleton... Okay, yeah, I see that. I see where you got that. So baked goods on the street. Baked goods. You got to hear in the podcast before this, however, these are actually recorded on the same day, as far as I know. The last podcast I sent out into the world, wait, was that a wizardry? School of Wizardry? I think that was a wizardry school. Part 2. I'll tell you, if you want to be enchanted, check out any of the David Lynch episodes. Those are chock full of synchronicities. The best mathematician in the world could not figure out the statistics, or there's no way that anyone could possibly predict the astounding amount of synchronicities that happened during that episode. There's no way. But you can try. You know what? I don't care. Try or not try. Try or not try. There is no do. Oh, man. Do or not try. There is no... Do or try. There is no not try. Oh my God. There is no not try. Yeah. Do or not. So test it out. Test it out if you want. There's 3 episodes of that. And there are 3 episodes. Did I give away a surprise? Did I give away the surprise ending? The punchline? Slightly and slightly not. Both this and that, as Alan Watts would say. There are 3 parts to the wizardry school. There will be a 3rd part. Believe it or not, there will be a 3rd part. And guess what? I've already recorded the episode. So if you happen to be a podcaster who has contributed to my voicemail here on Anchor, and for those of you who are listening, I am humbled, I'm honored, my brain is exploding. I'm looking at the on Anchor FM, the numbers. I'm looking at them, and I'm honored here. I'm blown away that so many of you are listening to this podcast or downloading it or whatever you're doing to be able to put your ear to the grindstone. Put your ear to the sound stone. Maybe that's the trick. Put your ear to the sound stone. Many of you are putting your ear to the sound stone. Thank you for that. I would love it if you sent in any fake laughter you got. Send it in. Inspirado Projecto at gmail.com. Please do that. Please do that if you want. Thank you guys. I'm watching the numbers skyrocket. Inspirado Projecto is on the front page of the Arts podcast page of blueberry.com. And Inspirado Projecto is nominated for 2 awards, the Adam Curry Award and the Best Arts Podcast Award for the Podcast Awards. Yeah, it's true. It's true. We're entering a secret passage. We're entering a secret passage area.
was just thinking economics. We replace economics with economics. Economics. Gnomics. Economics. There, of course, can be egonomics. Kitties, kitties, kitties! Hi there! Oh, so good to see ya. So good to see ya. Hi, kitties. Hey, Jen! Kitties, kitties. Hi, little guys. Ooh. Economics. 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 Keep that in mind.